to get a job. In other news though, here's the power system. So first off, we have class type. These can range from things like fighter, mage, all the way down to the weakest class in talker.
Bro,
and
even the class type names are so generic, bro. Hey man, what's your class type? I'm a fighter. Oh, so you fight. Hey man, what's your class type? I'm a mage. Oh, so you do magic. What's your class type? Talker. You talk? Yeah, I talk. You lame! I watched the edgiest new anime of 2024. Alright.
Very, very degenerate anime.
Whoa!
But it's also dark and violent, plagued with friends backstabbing each other, slaves forced to fight, and gangs struggling for power. Welcome to Discord Mod's wet dream. This is the edgiest anime of 2024. This is the edgiest anime of 2024. Alright, let me see why. Talker, the new anime that has joined the edgy anime revolution against the isekai genre. It makes sense that in the season with the crazy Don, the beautiful blue box, and the turd blue lock, that a lot of anime will fly under the radar. But the notorious Talker still manages to stand out, with one fan even comparing it to Blue Lock.
The anime is fantastic for me. It gives me a similar vibe to Blue Lock. Waiting to see what will be next.
That is not a good thing. Also, what are you talking? What? But Studio Felix has brought in the goated voice actors of Deku, Dio, Muriel, and fucking Kakashi.
Kakashi in this episode? What? Kakashi in this?
Degeneracy, violence, and
where's Kakashi?
Yeah, something that takes the crown as the edgiest anime of the year. Now, we'll dive into that all soon, but first, you're gonna need to understand the premise. We're in a fantasy world where powerful seekers run the earth. They hunt down treasures, kill mobs.
This looks so generic, bro. I already know the plot. Kill the Demon King. This is the plot. We gotta kill the Demon King, alright?
This is the plot of this. The government. The Seekers, they do everything you can think of. If you're still a little lost,
the Demon King and booty.
They're basically like hunters, pirates, ninja. You know the deal. So every Seeker gets assigned a class. And honestly, I know we got a lot of overlap between anime fans and super mega hardcore gamers, but you guys are gonna really appreciate this power system. And don't worry, it's not uber complicated like some Jujutsu Kaisen curse energy calculus, where if I mix positive energy and negative energy with my race while drinking Prime and swallowing lunch leaf, I will achieve domain expansion. No bitches for life. I need
domain expansion. No bitches for life is insane. You're cooked, buddy. That's your domain. You're cooked. You're abysmal. Put the fries in the bag.
To get a job. In other news though, here's the power system. So first off, we have class type. These can range from things like fighter, mage, all the way down to the weakest class in talker.
Bro, even the class type names are so generic, bro. Hey man, what's your class type? I'm a fighter. Oh, so you fight. Hey man, what's your class type? I'm a mage. Oh, so you do magic. What's your class type? Talker. You talk? Yeah, I talk. You lame! What is this, man?
Then within these classes, we have subclasses, which have abilities optimized for each
you ain't
class.
fixing games. Just go to your auto account.
Has its own upgrade tree. And then finally, depending on what your specialty is within your class, you are then assigned a part of the field, like a vanguard or support unit. Now, you may be thinking, why does that power system sound way more intricate than it should for an anime that's been described as edgy, degenerate, and violent? That's because instead of having a loser, boom, useless main character in Deku, we have a main character who's edgy, a main character who's ruthless, and a main character that actually
bro, love this arcane OST. I'm not gonna lie, this arcane OST is pretty nice. It makes me want to do it.
Talks to women in Noel. And the power system has a lot to do with his character, as well as a lot to do with the eye candy
Chainsaw Man OST.
But if you want to be an edgy badass with a girl obsessed with you, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. So let's break down what kind of edgy badass you're gonna be, because you're a lot.
I've been waiting for this. It's been 2 minutes and 22 seconds, and you still ain't telling me the edgy badass I'm talking about. I've been waiting for this, buddy, but I hope the payout is worth it, man.
So, Noel, at first he appears to be your typical conniving smartass MC who knows everyone's next to him. He's the type to push in his glasses and have the most cringe inner monologue known to man, where he pretends that he's too smart for the world. Everything just bores him, and he just wants something to intellectually stimulate him. So, you know, your typical engineering major. And that assumption of him is true. Kinda. Emphasis on kinda, because Noel has way more layers than most of his generic fantasy isekai MC counterparts. First, let's talk about his lineage. His grandfather was the strongest person in the world, and then he died, leaving Noel to carry his legacy.
My boy, this is basic so far. Basic, grandpa strongest in the world, okay? Basic.
The problem is, Noel is the weakest class, the talker class. And although he trains his physical stats as much as he can, he will never be able to compete with the best fighters. So instead, he uses his brain to strategize and talking abilities to maneuver his group in order to defeat monsters. And the groups are essentially smaller parties of seekers that's a mix-up of different classes. Basically, Noel sells out his group to become slaves to one of the top criminal organizations in the world, with the slave master being played by Dio's voice actor, and the group beg him for forgiveness, as Dio tells them they're gonna suffer a fate worse than death itself. And Noel just cruelly stands over them with a blank edgelord stare in his face, careful to not make too many movements that would ruin his mysterious vibe. So I know what you're thinking. Why the fuck did he do that? What a piece of shit. He's ruthless. He really doesn't care about anyone. And you're right.
I'm thinking this anime look butt, bro. This anime look booty, bro. This anime look buns. I'm not gonna lie. If I'm hating a good show right now, and it's actually not good, it's actually good, I'll be shocked. But this anime looks like it's buns, all right? Respectfully, and don't say, well, John, you don't watch anime, actually. You don't watch basic generic shit, you know what I'm saying? Bro, I watch Shangri-La Frontier, buddy, all right? I watched the Reincarnated the Vending Machine, buddy. I watch anime. I could just tell when anime is buns, okay? And this right here is that delightful buns. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is just buns. Also, how the new mic sound? Let me know.
Kinda. You see, Noel and this group are quite close, and while his group members are stronger classes than him, he still is the pseudo leader of the group, because the actual leader of the group, this red-haired guy right here, he's a bit of a dunce. And while Noel is batshit crazy, the other members are normal. There's a love triangle between the other three guys, with the big guy liking the yellow-haired girl and the girl liking the red-haired guy. And although Noel does subtly look down in his group, he does seem to care for them and wants them all to advance, because elevating them in turn elevates him. So when his group gets money to spend on an upgrade to become a clan and collectively become stronger, he's all for it, ready for them all to take the next step. Until red hair and yellow hair decide to run away with all the group's money to go live out the rest of their days together. And then we learn.
So we just took all the money to build a family, start a house, and thought the group was gonna be fine. I know this man about to get the meanest and get backs and pack them up. He's better what he do, right? Right?
He's a fuck around and find out type of guy. He creates an elaborate scheme with his big bozo friend, and they pin down the exact location of these traders and sell them out to the slave master. And the girl tries to guilt trip the big guy into helping her, talking about how he's supposed to love her, and now he's selling her out. And this dude, man, this dude, he's type the only normal character in this whole show. Dude was looking for genuine love and got backstabbed, and he's just heartbroken, sitting there like, damn, I didn't ask for any of this. I just want to be a normal seeker. Keep your head up, big guy. She wasn't the one for you. But point of
damn, she started crashing out, bro. But sound of slavery is insane. Sound of slavery is insane.
That story is the notorious stalker is brutal, and it does not stop there. But I know what you're thinking right now, and have no shame. You can ask for it.
Tish, where does the fan service character come in? She hasn't been in any of these scenes. You clickbaiting piece of shit. I came in for some eye candy, not to hear you.
Silence, fool. You're
not what you watch him out.
Time is now. Since Noel sold off his friend and mentally broke the big guy, he needed some new partners. So he went on LinkedIn, put in an ad, and found the only person genuinely crazier than him is Elma. And before you go, female character sleeping in the same bed as my edgelord MC, time to go make
very generic anime scene right here.
Miku. But before you do that, let's just say her backstory would make Itachi sit down and be more appreciative for the youth he had.
Alright, backstory, family got slaughtered. Mama got slaughtered, and they got reincarnated, and they got slaughtered again. Let me hear it. Let me the backstory. Come on.
You remember how Noel's grandfather was the strongest in the world? Alma's father was the second strongest in the world. So they were rivals, and after his family's failure, the father decided to create a natural selection death game to create the strongest assassin on the planet, having the children kill each other over and over throughout all of their childhood, just to become weapons of absolute destruction with no emotion whatsoever. When Alma makes it to the end, she chooses to kill her father instead for everything he's done to her and all the other kids. And Alma continues to train the art of killing till the age of 21, when she finally tries to fulfill her purpose, joining the #1 assassin clan in the world. But then the guy who represents the organization is like, we're not doing assassinations anymore. And she's like, what the fuck are you talking about? This is literally my whole life. And you see this whole scene when she gets rejected, it's kind of like this. You're a kid, you have tiger parents. They force you to sit in those SAT classes from the age of 3 to 18. They get to Harvard and start studying fucking quantum finance. And when they finally go to apply to BlackRock to start their arc into becoming the next Powell, some random dude in HR just goes,
I don't like the transition for that.
How about you go play piano a bit and live actual life? It'd just be a complete mental mind bomb that would bring any sane person to their knees. And Alma, she just decides, you know what? I'm gonna stick it to my family who wasted my time, and I'm gonna go shack up with our rival's grandson. And from there, the two-man party is formed. And the dynamic between the two of them played really well because they both view the other as crazy. Where Noel is crazy in the cynical way, Alma is crazy in that Harley Quinn doesn't know left from right but super strong kind of way. And their dynamic reflects that, with Alma having absolute trust in Noel, and most of the more slice-of-life interactions between them are actually done in a goofy way, while Alma viewing herself as Noel's older sister.
So far, this anime is supposed to be good, and this anime is still looking booty! This anime looks booty. Chat, am I bugging on this anime's booty, chat? Chat, is anime booty?
Sir,
let me know, chat, if
so
this anime's
comfortable
booty.
doing this. And it does bring a joking-like sense to the series that is a nice reminder that not everything is, oh my god, death, pain, suffering, vengeance, edginess. Now, although those two are the leads, I still need to introduce you to the third member, who was a slave. Now, I don't want to spoil and get into too much about how he joins the crew, but basically, Noel runs into him in an alleyway while his owner was abusing him. And after a long journey, we get his backstory, which I think is worth listening to without the context, because it really will show you just how far they're willing to go, and that's even considering everything you've already heard. So, the third hero in Kuga, who at present is a slave, but he was originally the child of an extremely rich couple that would pray at a shrine. Then one day,
go back to the fan service.
Attacked the couple at the
Don't
shrine.
talk about his bump. Back to the fan service.
Let's just say they poked his mother after beating up the father, and naturally the mother was completely shocked and left in disarray by the incident. But 9 months later, a baby popped out, and the father ruthlessly abandoned and condemned the child's birth. While everyone in the village looked down on it, thinking it was someone else's child and the product of poking. And this caused the mother to slowly lose her mind, never recovering from the incident. She ends up taking her own life, and the father continues to disown and hate the child with all his being until eventually selling the kid off to slavery, where he would fight for his life in the pits, learning how to kill and serving a master with pride because he finally felt.
Hey yo, what the hell Diddy is this guy? Nah, this look mad pause, bro. Can I get a pause when you put this on my screen? Gosh, Lee, man. Can I get a pause?
Yeah. That is the real backstory of a side character in an anime that is supposed to be degenerate and a meme. Like, holy shit, to have that serious of material and see it executed on this level was pretty shocking. Somehow you started watching this anime as a joke, you like the tone of the series, but then out of nowhere, you get hit with this nuke of a character that actually does make you step back a bit and think about how dark the world.
Oh, someone subscribe! Welcome to the John Family Rampage!
About how dark the world can actually get, and his character is a badass too, with some of the best fights in the series, and the fight scenes have a lot more effort.
Did I check the baddest word frame? I have not checked the baddest word frame.
Budget studio, but they were trying their best to put out a product that was interesting, that represented the bloodshed and gruesome nature of the series, and that was reflected through the work, because blood goes everywhere when slashed. Voice actors scream out in genuine pain. The torture and brutal scenes aren't rushed, and it doesn't feel like an anime that views itself as a joke, and it honestly feels like an anime that wish it had a bigger budget. I think the selling point of this anime will always be the characters, and while the story will make you take a step back, it still is just a 7 out of 10 with a fair share of pacing and story problems, but nonetheless, it's a good time. And it will make you want to become an edgy badass, but if you want to actually get a girlfriend, watch this video here, and make sure you—
Nice. Yeah, I'm not lying, that anime look buns, man. I'm not clicking that joint. I haven't watched the word frame one. I'm gonna check it out, though. I'll check